Hey there everybody, it's Jackie here from stampingjack.com. It's Monday the 10th of September, and because it's Monday that means it's Facebook Live Day, so welcome. When you arrive, just leave me a comment below so I know you're here, and I'm just going to double check my setup, so bear with me 1 second. Make sure it's all working. How are we doing? Let's just see, I think we're good. There we are. Alrighty, so we're good to go. So, how are you all? How was your weekend? Hope you had a good one. We had my son went back to school last week, and he and his classmates went away for a outward bound weekend. This weekend. So hi Lynn, welcome. So Kevin and I, my husband and I, were home alone this weekend, but unfortunately we didn't get to make as much of it as we would have liked because he wasn't well. So he has a cold, which our son had it last week and I had it the week before, so it's done the rounds. But yeah, so back to school is all done. Hopefully we can settle down to a little bit of normality and routine now, which would be nice. And of course, at the moment for me, I'm just busy getting ready for this Saturday, which I'm really excited about. This Saturday is my open house. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you and your mum, Lynn. Hi, Doreen. Hi there. I'm really looking forward to seeing you and Lynn and everybody else who's coming on Saturday. In fact, the morning session on Saturday is now fully booked. So we have no more space on that one, but we do have space in the afternoon. So hopefully you'll be able to find a spot if you decide to come along. Hi Diane, welcome. So what have we got today? Well, obviously the big news since we last spoke is that the autumn winter catalogue is now officially live. If you're a customer of mine, you'll have received yours in the post. If you haven't and you'd like one, then just leave me a message and I'll get one to you. But all last week, I was sharing videos on my Facebook page. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you. I love my open houses. They're always just so much fun. So yes, I've been sharing lots of videos with you over the last week or so on my Facebook page, so do make sure to check them out. I'm just showcasing and highlighting some of the products and product suites, but yeah, I've known it for a while because I've had it, but this is just, I love this catalogue. I think this is my favourite autumn winter catalogue I've seen for quite a few years. I love it. I love pretty much everything in it. So I'd love it if you leave me a comment. Let me know if you've got a favourite. If you can narrow it down to just one thing, that will be the tricky bit. So yes, hope you're enjoying that. So first up is let's do our prize draw. Hi Sue, welcome. So last week we had a prize to win a £5 voucher off your next order, and we're going to do the same again this week. So all you got to do to be entered into the draw to win £5 off your next order is simply share the video. It's as easy as that. Leave me a comment so I know that you've shared, because I can't always see. If we're not friends on Facebook, then I can't see that you've shared. But the winner from last week was Nikki Milton. So Nikki, congratulations. I'll be in contact with you to arrange getting your money off voucher. But as I say, make sure to share this video and I'll make the draw next Monday. Okay? Oh, hi Nikki, just in time. You won the prize draw from last week. So thanks for sharing. I'll message you after this and we can get it sorted out. Okay? Now next week is going to be a little bit special, because next week will be the online version of Saturday's open house. So what that means is we'll have our normal prize draw. I'll be sharing with you the makes and takes from Saturday, so you don't miss out in that sense. And I'll also be having our online scavenger hunt as well. I have to decide yet what the prize is for that, but I'm sure it'll be something good. I've got the questions ready already. Hi Emma, welcome. So that's that. And one thing more I just wanted to mention to you before we get on to the fun stuff, which is the crafting, is just to remind you about my product shares, which I mentioned last week. So what I'm doing is like I did with the annual catalogue. So in the new this new catalogue, I think there are 7 or 8 new designer series papers. So you'll get a quarter share of each one of those, and that costs £20. Great way to get, so you get, I think it total something like 48 6x6 sheets. So it's really good value. And then for the ribbon share, you get a quarter share of each of the ribbons and new ribbons and trims in the catalogue. And I think that works out at something like about 20 metres of ribbon, and that costs £15. And both of those prices include postage, which is great. And then if you order both of them, I'll send you a quarter pack of our brand new glimmer paper for free. So I'll put the link in the description of this video when I'm done, to go straight to the product shares. You need to sign up and order by the 20th of September, and then I should be sending them out at the end of the month. So that's that. So let's get on with some crafting. So tonight I want to have a little play with, just show you, get the page in the catalogue. We're going to be playing with this, which is the beautiful Blizard die set. Can you see that? So this is it here, and basically it cuts out lots of snowflakes. You can never have too many snowflakes. Now I've got to tell you, right, because I couldn't actually buy everything in the catalogue like I wanted to, I didn't buy the coordinating stamp set, and I regret it now. And it's happened to me I don't know how many times that in the effort of economizing or choosing carefully, I don't buy the bundle of stuff. I say, oh, I'll just have the stamp set, or I'll just have the die. And I'm seriously regretting it now. So I may have to cave on this a bit later on, closer to Christmas, when funds allow. But it's always better to get the bundle together, because you get your 10% discount rather than buying them separately and paying the full price. So I don't know why I keep doing it. I keep picking one item from the bundle and saying that'll be fine, I'll be all right, and then regretting it. I've done it a few times now. But anyway, so I've got a couple of ideas of how to use this die, just a few different ways. So I'm also going to be using the Timeless Tidings stamp set, and I like this one because it's just got some really nice sentiments and then a few little images. So, you know, if you're limited, or you got one set to pick or whatever, this is a really good one because it's got some sentiments and stuff that could go on the inside of your card, and then some nice little images down here as well. So it's a good all-round set that's fairly inexpensive. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just use the die as it was intended for, which is to cut out a load of snowflakes. So I've just got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, my Big Shot, and for this one, because this is quite a detailed die, I'm going to use my precision base plate. Okay, now I've used this die a couple of times with my regular plates, and because they're reasonably flat, it works fine. You just got to run it through a few times. Okay, so the sandwich, when you're using your precision base plate, is very simple. You just replace your bottom cutting plate with this one, and that's it. Okay, so then I'm just going to lay my die down, place the cutting plate on top, and then run it through. Oh, it's quite tough because it's a big square edge die. Okay, so I'm going to give it a bit of welly. Okay, and you can see that's cut through very nicely there. So let's pop these out of the way, and then bring in my die brush. So I'm just going to use this to pop these out. see that it pops out of the die really very easily. And it also pops out of the paper easily. It's been nicely cut, but because these are quite intricate, you've just got to be a little bit careful when you're actually popping them out. Okay? You just tend to get a bit caught up sometimes, so just take your time with this step. It will be worth it. Okay? Go. And can you see there's lots of little dots? Hi Amy, welcome. Keep those. We're going to use those as well. Okay, so we're not just going to use the dies. So I'm just trying not to tear the delicate edges of these. Can you see they just get caught up in themselves as they're coming out because they've actually been cut quite well. So if I try it from the back, sometimes it's easier. There we go. Okay, nearly there. Okay. So guys, let me know, what is your favourite so far in the new catalogue? What is top of your list of things to get? Can you narrow it down to just one thing? Am I asking too much? Probably. If you can't have just one, give me your top 3. Okay, nearly there. Okay, and then I'm just going to grab my pick-me-up tool. That's our new take your pick tool, it's called. Actually, I keep calling it a pick-me-up tool. I don't know why. Okay, so we're going to keep this because we're going to use this later. Okay, but for the moment we've got our pieces here. Okay, not the cross stitch one, Diane. Did you have no luck with that? I know I saw it and I thought, oh, I'm not sure. Okay. I think when it works, it looks fantastic, but it seems to require a lot of precision. Lynn, Santa's Workshop, yeah, that is just so cute, isn't it? It's just ridiculously cute, actually. Right, so this is going to be a very, very simple card. So what I've got is a crumb cake base, okay? So I've cut a piece of A4 cardstock in half the long way. That's a good idea, Diane. Bring it on Saturday and we'll see if we can figure it out. I'm sure we can figure it out between us, okay? And then I'm just going to stamp the Merry Christmas in real red onto this little strip. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to need our glue dots, and I think I might need this as well. So this is going to go down along here. So all I'm going to do now is this may be a combination of glue dots and dimensional. So let's see how we go. Okay. So literally all I'm going to do is just stick these guys on all over. Okay. Pretty randomly. There we go. And I'm just holding my piece there just for reference. Okay. Did I get that? Did. Alrighty, and then we've got some teeny tiny ones as well. So I'm just going to pop a few of those in. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is we're going to use the pick up bit of our tool here. Okay, I'm just going to, it's gone a bit hard, so I'm just going to squeeze a little bit more out. There we go. And all we do is take our fine tip glue pen, okay, and then just randomly across our card, can you see that? Just add some dots, okay, And then I'm just going to use my pickup tool to just pick up some of these bits like confetti, even these tiny little ones, and we can add them in. Okay, I think I did this on a card last week, didn't I, where I picked up just tiny bits of confetti. But yeah, and I love the fact that you get all these extra little bits with it. I think they'd be great if you wanted to do a shaker card. Be fabulous. Oop. Here we go. And then I think we need something down here. Let's pop a little one down here. And put one here. Okay, and then I'm just going to get my rhinestones. I'm just going to pop those in the center of just a couple of the bigger ones. Actually, I'm going to put that one there and the bigger one here. There we go. And then I've got some of our this isn't one of our new ribbons. This is new in the catalogue this year. So let's see, what should we do? Just going to tie this in a knot. Nothing fancy. Okay, and in fact I'm going to put the knot this side. This way. Go. So like I said, nothing fancy, just a little double knot. Okay, I'll trim that in 1 second. And then we'll bring back in our sentiment. I'm going to pop that up a little. Like that, and then we can pop that on there. I'm just going to trim the ends slightly. You can see I've really thought this through in detail, can't you? As usual, I have an idea in my mind and we just go with it and see what happens. There we go, just play. And I think sometimes that's the key to this, is that sometimes we can be a little bit want to get it perfect, but sometimes it's best to just go with the flow. And if it doesn't work, sure, we can just make another one, can't we? Here we go. Alright, and I think this needs a little something up here. We'll get our glue dot and we'll pop one there. And there we go. So that's pretty much how the die was intended to be used, was basically to cut out a flurry and a blizzard of snowflakes. And I love the fact that you get so many snowflakes in one pass. I mean, I've still got lots of these left. Okay, so that's card number 1. All right, now let's put this over here. For card number 2, remember I said to keep this piece. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use this as a stencil. Okay, so I've just got another piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to lay that over the top, and I've got my Pool Party ink and a sponge dauber. Okay, and I'm just going to, now with this it's best to dab your sponge rather than rub, because you've got some quite delicate, like that, so you've got some quite delicate bits that if you rub them, they'll pull up and you'll lose the definition. Okay. Right. And you could change up the colours in this. You could do lots of different colours. It's entirely up to you. I just want to keep it nice and simple. And don't forget the little dots as well, because I think they add just lovely little extra touch. Okay. And then we'll have one down here. I'm not trying to get all of them in. I don't want to, you could just do all of them, but I don't want to completely cover my card. Okay, and let's do this one here. Okay. Let's see, how does that look? A few bits more. All right, and then you pop it off, and look at that. Got some gorgeous little sponged detail on there. Okay, and then I've die cut a circle with the stitched shapes framelits, and I'm going to stamp in real red. Let's see, let's have this one. Yep, and just pop that on the block. There we go, and then I've got some of our, I love this burlap trim. This is new in the catalogue, and I just love these three colours together. So we're just going to add a little of that to here. And to attach that, I'm just going to add a strip of double-sided tape, because this ribbon is quite coarse. So I don't really want to be trying to stick it on with, I don't want to be wrapping it round. I just want a piece of it laid across, and one of the best ways to get your ribbon in a nice straight line is to do this. It's just to place a piece of double-sided tape and then just lay it across like so. Just trim the edge. Okay, some dimensionals on the back. Okay, and then let's bring back in our, I think I want a few sparkles just around the place. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring back in a few of these. I'm just going to add them just for a bit of extra dimension. Oop. I'm going to try and take the glue dot with it this time. There you go, and we'll add, yeah, put a big one there. And I think a small one. In fact, I cut out some blue ones earlier for another project, so I've got a few of those left over. So why don't I put a little blue one? No, I'll stick with white. There we go. So we'll pop one there, and then we can add our sparkles in the center. Like so. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to layer this onto some cherry cobbler, so it brings out that red in the ribbon, I think, and then layer that onto a pool party card base. There we go. And I think we need some Wink of Stella on here. So it's going to add a little to the centres, and I'm going to do a bit of spritzing. So I'll just clear some space. There we go. And that's just added a little extra sparkle. So there you go, that's a bit crooked, but never mind. So that's card number 2. Okay, there we go. So when you cut out your pieces from your die, make sure to keep this bit and you can use it as a mask. Or alternatively, what you can do is, here's one I made earlier, okay? So we've got a plain Whisper White card base, and this is cut the long way again. And then here's a piece of Pool Party where I've cut them out, so I've got lots of nice little blue snowflakes. But all I'm going to do is just lay this down on top of the card, okay? So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to put some glue along here, okay? And then I'm just going to dab glue at various places. Don't know if you can see that, okay? In between. You don't want a lot because otherwise when you stick this down, it will just ooze out and you don't want that. Okay, there we go. So just gonna pop that. Now, for those of you in the UK, okay, this die is sized to be a card front, full card front for an American, a standard American card base. And our card sizes are a little bit different, okay? So you can see that the shape of this is a little bit longer, or is a little bit shorter than our standard card bases are, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of our polka dot ribbon, okay, and I'm just going to wrap it round the top. Oh, I thought for a second I'd stuck this on upside down. How many times have you guys done that? I have done it a lot. In fact, at our class the other week, I made my sample and then realised that I'd done the whole thing. It was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, but it was completely upside down. Okay, so again, I'm not doing anything fancy, just a double knot. Okay. Here we go, and then down like that. Okay, and then I want a strip, and I want the same Merry Christmas again. And I'm going to do it in real red again because I love the contrast of real red and Pool Party for Christmas. I think it gives a lovely contemporary feel. See if I can get this straight, shall we? There we go, that'll do. I'm going to do just like I did before. I'll tuck it in there. So we're going to trim the ends slightly. Okay. And actually, I'm going to flag the ends. So you could use a punch for this, but if you don't have one, just snip down the center and then snip in from either corner. Okay. And then I just want to curl it a little. If I move my ribbon around, there we go. That's what I'm after. So you can pop one here and one here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here because that's where I want it to actually sit down on the card. Okay. Put that in. There we go, and let's trim this a little. And let's do a few little sparkles just here. Oop. Try and get them straight. And there you have it. Card number 3. Easy peasy. And again, you could add sparkles, gems and rhinestones to the center of those if you wanted. But I'm just keeping it pretty simple. Okay? So that's card number 3. So let's clear a bit of space here and let's move on to our final card. Okay. It always gets a bit messy here towards the end of Facebook Live. But hey, that's what crafting's about, isn't it? We wouldn't be being creative if we weren't making a mess. All right. So, finally, With this die, okay, you don't have to restrict yourself to cutting. We can use this die to emboss as well. All right. So what we need in order to do that is our new embossing mats. Now these embossing mats came out new in the annual catalogue in June. So what you've got is a solid plate, a thin blue silicone mat, and a thick grey silicone mat. Okay, so how you do this, let me try and remember my sandwich. Let's bring in our big shot. Okay, so it gives you the instructions here. Okay, can you see that? So it gives you the instructions. So this is the sandwich for cutting, this is to cut and emboss, and this is the emboss only. So what we've got is our normal base. Oh, here we are. Okay, so let me just build this up for you. I still haven't. I've not got it off by heart yet. So we've got our standard big shot platform without our thin die adapter. Okay, and then we put a standard cutting pad, which is this. Okay, then we have our die facing upwards. Now normally we use our dies facing downwards for cutting, but for embossing we do it facing up. Okay, so let me just grab my bits here. So I've just got a strip here. Okay, so I'm just going to place that like so. Okay, and then I'm going to place my blue embossing mat over the top. Okay, and then we're going to take our hard cutting plate and put that on top, and then we're going to run the whole thing through. Hopefully this will work. We'll see. Let's see if I've got it right. Okay, so, whoops. So there we have it, beautifully embossed. Now, it's not just this die you can do this with, you can do it with any of your dies. So with these mats, basically you can cut and emboss with all of your dies. It's fantastic, really, really good, because you can get lots of extra use out of your dies. All right, so we'll put that away. And let's bring in our pieces. So we've got our embossed panel, and we're going to do it on a black card base. And then I've got a strip of shaded spruce here. Okay, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, and then I'm going to do some die cutting. So I need a scrap of white, which is here. I'm going to do a bit of double stamping here. Okay, so I'm going to stamp. Now, which one did I want? Let's see. Where's my stamp set gone? So I think I want sending tidings of comfort and joy. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so I'm going to stamp that in black. Just using my Memento black ink. Stamp that down. Okay, I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to stamp again in shaded spruce. Okay. Actually, I've just realised it's the other one I want. I now realise what one I wanted. So, excuse me. Let's grab it. It's the Christmas one. Alright, so I'm going to stamp it in shaded spruce. And also in Memento black. Okay, and then I'm just going to run that through the big shot. Again, cut out a circle with my stitch shapes circle for it. Okay, so let's just quickly do this. Right, here we are. And we'll just trim this. Okay. So what I want is this, and then I've got some of our gorgeous Tranquil Tide. This is velvet ribbon. It's absolutely beautiful. But before I do that, I've got something else I want to show you. Okay, so whilst this is gorgeous, I think it needs a little something. And that little something is our shimmer paint. Okay, now I'll be doing a little video on this soon, so keep your eye out for this. There's 4, these are new in the catalogue, there's 4 of these. So I've got the gold one. You can do all sorts of stuff with those, but like I said, I'll do a video of that for you. But what I've got here is I've got taken some alcohol, so the 70% rubbing alcohol, which you can get from your local drugstore or chemist or whatever, or you can buy it online. And I've put some in my spritzer, and then so I've filled my spritzer to about 3/4 full, and then I've topped it up simply by pouring the gold shimmer paint in. Okay, and then I'm just going to give it a good shake, and I'm going to spritz. And the reason I'm using the alcohol is because alcohol dries a lot faster than water. So when you're doing a project like this, it just won't take long. Okay, and wait till you see the effect that you get. This basically adds, if you imagine Wink of Stella in a bottle, this basically just gives a lovely sheen to all your projects. So I'm holding this about 12 inches away. Okay, I'm just going to try and point it in the right direction. There we go. And I'm just going to spritz it on there. Should have done this first, but never mind. Okay, and look at that. You see? Now that won't take long to dry, so I'm just going to grab something to wipe my hands. And this is why I use the alcohol, because it dries fast. But you can see I've got it everywhere. I think I might have to change my work surface now. Okay, so let's take that off. Here we go, and just mop that. But can you see, isn't it fabulous, that gorgeous shimmer that you get? And this works on dark cardstock as well. So here, I've spritzed it onto red cardstock, and look at that. Fabulous. Now this comes in white, frost white, it comes in copper, and it comes in champagne shimmer. And I know, I haven't done it yet, but I know that if I did this in the frost white, it would look like snow. Isn't it fantastic? Okay. So as I say, I'll be doing a separate video all about our shimmer paints in a little while, so keep your eye out for that. But if you look, I'm just going to dab this. Ordinarily, I'd leave this to dry, okay? But for the sake of the video, we'll get it going. But look at that. Can you see that? And you can do this on anything. You can do it on paper, you can do it on cards, you could do it on embellishments, die cuts, anything. It's absolutely stunning. All right, so let's move that out of the way. Bring back in our pieces. Okay, so I wanted some dimensionals for this bit. Oh yes, and then there was another bit that I wanted to do. So here, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I just want to trim this Christmas. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm using the top of the text below as my guide. There we go. Okay, then we'll just doing this by eye, but I'm sure if you could use your trimmer or a punch or something if you wanted. Okay. go. Alright, and then we're just going to take our mini dimensionals. Oops. Pop those on the back. And then just pop it on top. Just for a bit of extra interest. Okay. Oh, look, you can see I've got a little bit of shimmer on here. In fact, do you know what? Let's spritz this as well, shall we? I'm going to do this from really far away, so excuse me. Oh, because I only want it very light. There we go. And then let's do our... do the green. Look at that. Oh, I've got it everywhere. So there we go. Just a little bit of extra gold. Alright, so now we've got all our bits. Just going to glue this piece. Yes. Just going to glue that down. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and now because this is a little bit wet, I'm going to stick this down with some double-sided tape because I don't really want it to curl on me. I want it to lay nice and flat. Okay. And as I said, ordinarily, if I was making this card not live, I would just set it aside to dry. And all would be well. With it being alcohol, it wouldn't take very long at all. Okay. Here we go. Oops. Let's try it from the other side. There we go. Oops. Ooh. Having a bit of a fiddle with this. There we go. Got it. Okay. That one, and then we want this one. There we go. Alrighty. And then we'll place that down like so. We have this, and then let's bring back in our ribbon and just add a little bit to the back. So I'm going to use some double-sided tape again for this. Okay, so just pop it there. There. This is a really opulent looking card. Ooh. If you're having trouble with your double-sided tape and it doesn't want to come up, what you tend to need to do is to press it down a little bit more, and I'm just going to use my tool here to try and separate the adhesive. Let's see if we can manage it. No, that one really doesn't want to stick. Let's try this one. You might be in luck. There we go. Okay. I think one should be enough for what we want. Okay. Do you know what? Just to be on the safe side, let's put a bit of snail in here. Okay, let's pull the surface up a little bit. I'm not worried about that because we're going to be covering that in a second. Okay, so let's put our... Snail didn't work either, so we'll go with the wet glue. There's always a way around. this stuff. Okay. There we go. Oops. Put a bit more down there. And just hold that in place for a second. Just let it grab on. Okay. Oop. Yeah. All right, and then we'll grab our dimensionals, or our sentiment panel, I should say. I'm just going to pop that over the top like so. There we go. And there we have it. Beautiful, shimmery gold card. Right, and embossing with a die. So that's a really neat trick. Oh my God, do you know what? I've just got gold shimmer everywhere on everything, but never mind. Right, so let's go back. We had card number 1, which is just simply using the bits that have been die cut. We had card number 2, using the negative as a mask. Card number 3, using a negative simply as a layer. And then card number 4, using it to emboss, and also our gold, our gold shimmer paint. So what do you think, ladies? Which one's your favourite? Let me know. So while I'm clearing away and waiting for you guys to give me your votes, just to remind you that to be entered into the draw to win a £5 off, £5 voucher off your next order, all you got to do is just share this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you can see what you can get out of one single die. It's so versatile, and again, the ability to emboss as well is great. Look out for my video all about shimmer paint and all the different things that you can do with it, because it was one of those ones I was like, don't know, but I'm totally in love with it now. Totally in love with it. Yeah, I will. Let's see, what have we got? Lynn likes the first one. Amy likes the third one. Nikki likes the first one. Oh, got some hearts there. Lovely. Oh, more hearts. I love it when you guys give me hearts. They're cool. Third one. Yeah. They're so simple. They're so simple. But yeah. So there you go anyway. Thank you very much again, ladies. And thank you for sharing and continuing to share. I really love it. And I love seeing new faces every week whenever we go live. We're gradually getting bigger, our little group. Oh my God, there's loads of hearts. Wow. But yeah, I will post all the details and instructions in my blog post later on this week as usual. And for those of you who are coming on Saturday, I will see you then. For those of you who can't make it, I'll see you next Monday when you can see what we've been up to. Thanks for watching, and see you next week. Bye.